All right, welcome Credit Game. My name is Mike. Thank you for being part of our channel. Thank you for all your subscribes, your likes, your comments, and make sure you turn on your bell notifications so that way every day, and I say every day because I'm putting out multiple videos. Some days I'm doing 2 videos for you guys. I'm the only channel that does this. I'm the only channel that keeps it real with credit, making sure that you know all the strategies and things you need to know to be better at credit, right? So turn on your bell notification because that means that the videos come in, you'll be getting a notification on your phone saying, hey, Credit Game just popped up, right? You need to learn the credit game, guys, right? You can't live without knowing the credit game because when you know the credit game, you're going to want to play it as much as possible because you're going to say, okay, cool, I can get a better car, I can get a nice house, I can get, higher limit credit cards, right? It becomes fun. Life becomes fun with good credit because you're not stressed. You're not worried about, hey, can I do this, right? You guys walk in the dealership and you're scared. Right, you're scared. Oh, I wonder if I'm going to get approved. Right, they're going back and forth with the sales manager, and you guys are freaked out, right? Because you got a low credit score. It's what you're worried about, right? Whereas, when I walk in a dealership, I just say I want that car or whatever, and I just walk out with it. But you guys are stressed out and sweating because you're worried about, am I going to get approved? Same thing with a house. You're stressed out the whole time. I wonder if I apply for this credit card if I'm going to get it. I just don't know. Like, why? Why not just know? Right? Wouldn't that be a lot funner if you actually knew that every time you apply for something, you'd get it? Right? That's the credit game. This is the game you want to play. This is funner than any game you'll play because this is the adult game, right? There's kids games. We know all about the kids games, Fortnite, MySpace, and TikTok and Minecraft and all those. There's games, right, for kids. We want to learn credit. So today I'm going to talk to you about 6 things that you need to know about trade lines. And I'm going to share with you something at the end of this bonus at the end. I'm going to share with you. You're going to want to stay all the way to the end because I'm about to drop some serious bombs and nuggets on you guys inside the credit game. Okay? So the 6 things I want to talk about is what is a trade line. First, I'm going to give you a little education on what it is because a lot of people may not know. Okay? Some of you guys probably know what it is. And some of you guys are like, I never even heard of a trade line. So let me educate you first on what it is. And then I'm going to tell you how cool it is to have trade lines and the power that they're going to help you with moving forward, okay? So first of all, what is a trade line? So a trade line is anything that's on your credit report, okay? Now, what I'm talking about trade lines in this video is I am referring to what they call an authorized user, AKA piggybacking off of somebody's credit. So what that means is maybe you have a family member, right? Mom, dad, uncle, brother, sister, grandma, whatever. They have a credit card. That credit card's in good shape, right? Maybe it's got a $10,000 limit, right? Maybe it doesn't have any late payments. It reports to all 3 credit bureaus, and the utilization on that card is under 20%. So you go to mom, you're like, hey, mom, can you add me to your credit card? Mom adds you to her credit card. Okay, she's got that Chase 10,000, right? She's had it for 10 years. She puts you on the card. Now, when she puts you on the card, you have to think about what's going to happen here. And so when she adds you to the card, everything from her credit report goes to your credit report. So it's like a piggyback. You're now piggybacking off of her good payment history and the credit limit. So that 10,000 limit that mom had and that 10 years of perfect payment history now is going to report to your credit, giving you the power and the strength that mom had, okay? You can do this with anybody, right? There's companies that do this. There's family members that can add you. This is how trade lines work from the standpoint of authorized users. They're very, very powerful. 65% of banks in America right now are still counting the authorized user when making a decision to give you a loan. 65%. Okay. So while it's a hot commodity, you guys don't want to wait, sit on your tail, and then miss an opportunity. Right, 65%. So that's still a huge amount of lenders that say, you know what, we're accepting authorized users in a consideration of getting you this loan, this car, this house, and so forth, okay? That's how authorized user trade lines work. They are very, very powerful. In fact, I'm going to start with number 1 by telling you this. The number 1, hands down, nothing will raise your credit score faster than a high limit, aged trade line. 0. There's nothing. Okay, I ran the number 1 trade line company in America for 6 years, and I know the ins and outs of how trade lines work, which ones report, which ones don't report, how they stay on, what's progression mean, how should they be aged, how many should I have on there, what bank should I have on there, everything, okay? Tradelines, there's nothing faster that will raise your credit score, nothing. So I've seen people get 165 points in 3 days by adding the right trade line, knowing the statement date, knowing how to add it to strategically put on their credit report. I show you exactly how to do that because that person is me. Inside the credit game, I teach you everything. What I'm going to share with you today is just a tip of really the iceberg of what I'm going to share with you. I have a whole section on trade lines, how to use them, because I built that for me, guys, right? So what I did in my journey of growing my credit score with trade lines, I documented everything. And I said, this is what I did, this is how I do it, this is how, blah, 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 blah. And now it's inside the credit game for you guys. Okay, so the fastest humanly possible way to raise your credit score is going to be with trade lines. Nothing will beat it, okay? So first know that. Number two, a trade line could also be used for diversification. So let's say that you have installments on your credit. Okay, that would be maybe a house payment, that would be maybe a loan, that would be maybe a car. Installment payments do not change. I mean, it's the same payment every month, right? Your car payment's the same, house payment's the same, loan payment's the same. Revolving accounts, aka credit cards, change, the payment changes, right? Each month, depending on how much of the credit card you're using. So let's say that you have installments, but you don't have revolving lines on your credit. That mixture is very important. It counts for 15% of your credit score. So if you got installment accounts, you would put a trade line or two on your credit, and now you have mixture of installment and the revolving, because the revolving is the trade lines, the authorized users that you're adding would be revolving. Okay, so diversification, as well as making sure that you have both. You want to make sure you have both. Now, if you've got a bunch of revolving, then you want to get a loan, a car, or a house. That way you have the revolving credit cards on your credit now, and then you want to look to make sure that you get the other things. Okay, so maybe it's a start with a small loan, maybe it is getting a car. Okay, so you want both. Number three is this. You can lower your utilization. Okay, so this is a little advanced. I want you guys to stay with me for a minute, okay? This is an advanced strategy that I'm going to talk to you about. How would you use a trade line to lower your utilization? So let's say, first of all, you have to know what utilization is. That's how much you're using of your credit card depending on your credit limit. Okay, and what they do is they take an average. All your credit limits added together, all your debt added together, and then they'll divide. So if you got a 5,000 credit limit credit card and a 10,000 credit limit, that means you have 15,000 of credit. If you're using 7,500 between those two cards, that means you have a 50% utilization. Okay, you guys follow me? So now, check this out. Let's pretend that you added an authorized user. This is why this is so beneficial. This is why it actually cures so much things on your credit report. So let's talk about that situation right there. We have 15,000, a 10,000 card and a 5,000 card, but we owe 4,000 on one card and we owe 3,500 on the next card. That means we owe 7,500, but we have a total of 15,000. That means 50% of the total credit limit is being used. So now you have a 50% utilization. But guess what you do? You put a $30,000 credit limit authorized user on your account. So now, instead of 15,000 total credit limit, you now have a 45,000 credit limit. Okay, because you just add 30,000 brand new. The debt doesn't change. You still owe 7,500, but you have 45,000. Okay, so 7,500 into 45,000, it's probably 1/6. So you're probably now, you just lowered your utilization to, and again, this is off the top of my head, I'd have to think about the math, but it'd probably be somewhere around 15 to 18%. You just went from 50% utilization to under 20 by adding one trade line. Do you know what that means? That's 30% of your credit score is utilization. 30%, that's a huge percentage. The only thing that puts a bigger percentage of your credit on your credit report is if you miss a payment. That's 35%. But utilization is 30%. So if you can lower your utilization by adding a high limit trade line, lower utilization, score instantly increases. I just told you I added 164 points to my credit score. I added a very high limit chase card with a lot of years, 163 points. It added to my credit report. Okay, you got to know how to play the game, guys. So a lot of people are going to ask, well, but trade lines only stay on for a certain amount of time. Yes, they do. Okay, unless you're getting it added from a family or friend, then it can keep you on a little longer, but typically 60 days. However, once that line is removed, here's the kicker. You do not lose the age of the account, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Okay, let's look at number 4. Let's say that you have, we talk about this all the time, the baby boys. You have that little Capital One, maybe you have your Credit One bank, maybe you have your Horizon Bank, maybe you have your little small credit cards, right? The little 12-year-old credit cards, right? So we call them baby boys because, like, my son has one. It's like a little $500 Capital One card. So you got that card, right? But boom, now you add a trade line with 10,000 credit limit. Guess what your high credit is now? So now when you apply for credit cards, what do you think is going to happen? They look at your high credit. Are you more likely to get let's say you have that little 300 Capital One or Credit One bank on there, and your credit limit, high credit, means the highest credit limit card you have on your credit report is only 500, but then you put a 10,000. Do you think you're more likely to get a high limit credit card when you apply next if you had a $10,000 trade line on there, or if you have your $500 high credit? Put in comments for me. Which one would be better? If you had a 10,000 on there, or you had a 500 on there, which one would you be more likely to get a higher limit credit card the next time you apply if you had it on your credit report? Okay. Number 5, and that is this, and this is one of the most important things I'm going to share with you when it comes to trade lines. Age trumps credit limit. Okay. Now, when you're looking to lower utilization, then you want the high limit credit trade lines. Okay. But let's say that your utilization's in good standings. I would rather take a 3,000 limit with 15 years old, okay, versus something that is 15,000 credit limit, but only 3 years old. You see the difference? 3,000 credit limit, 15 years of history would be much more powerful than a 15,000 credit limit trade line that only had 3 years. The age, the stability is what lenders are looking for. Because when you add that trade line, you instantly take the history. That 15 years of history is so much more powerful than 3 years of history, even though the 3-year history only has a much higher credit limit. Okay? So always look for age over credit limit. Okay? This, by the way, is how trade lines work, how you get a higher credit score. Because think about what I just said. Those 5 things right there all happen when you add a trade line. They all happen at the same time. You get the benefit of diversification, you get the benefit of age, you get the benefit of lower utilization, you get the benefit of the fastest way to raise your credit score. I mean, it's a game changer, right? So I was able to help millions of people, not thousands, millions of people with their credit over the last decade. And so this is just one strategy, I'm telling you, that works so well right now. And while it's still hot, guys, take advantage of it. I'm going to give you an opportunity to take advantage of it today. And I mean a big, that's why I said I want to give you a bonus. Number 1 bonus is this. It is a money-making machine. I'm going to share here with you how to do this, okay? To become a broker, okay? What you do, this is the way you do this to make money, guys. Ready? Buy a trade line, okay? And I'm going to share with you how to get it in a second at significant discounts. Buy a trade line, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on your Gmail, send it out, put it out on, Facebook groups, right? Join groups. Buy a trade line and then flip it. Give you an example. If you could buy a 20,000 credit limit and the thing has 4 years old, okay? The going price for that line of 20,000 with 4 years old would probably be somewhere in the $750 to $800 range. If you just call a competitor and say, hey, I want to get this trade line. It's about $800. Let's say that you could buy that line for $300. That same trade line just said, everybody else is selling for $800. You can buy it for $300. Buy the trade line for $300, take it, flip it to somebody for $800. What do you think happens with the additional $500? I'm gonna leave it to you guys to figure that one out. If you buy it for $300 and sell it for $800, there's an additional $500 that goes somewhere. Where do you think it goes? Put in comments where that $500 goes. One word. One word. Where does that go? One word. Put in comments. This is the fastest way right now in 2021 to start getting money up. I'm telling you right now, this is so easy that literally everybody should be doing this. I'm going to give you an opportunity today to not only change your credit, but to change your financial situation. Here's what I want to do, okay? I'm going to help out 5 people today. Not 25 people, not 15 people, but I want to help out 5 people that have a great attitude who say, you know what? I want the help. I want to make money. I want better credit. I just want to get involved, right? Here's what I'm going to do. I have worked out a partnership with 2 of the best vendors in the industry. 2 the best vendors in the game. 90-day results. The fastest on the planet, guys. There is nothing. This isn't, I'm not even going to mention some of the companies. You guys know the ones that start with O, the one that starts LL. I'm not going to say names and bash anybody. What I'm going to tell you, they're going to keep you on a hamster wheel for the next 8 to 12 months. Here you're getting results in 90 days, okay? Which one you want to do? Is time important to you or not? Okay? Oh, it's flashy because it's only $150, $200 a month. It's flashy. Yeah, and by the time 8 months goes by, guess what? You just paid $1,200 and you wasted 8 months of your life because, you're not even getting the results you want in 8 months. And that's the minimum. I've had people that call me and say, dude, I've been with this company for 3 years. But it's flashy. It's just $150. Dude, you're wasting your time and your money. Okay? Get results fast. I'm going to pay for it for you. I will pay for you, okay, to get into the elite credit pair. So that way the first quarter of 2021, you will come out a different person. Completely different person. Okay? Number 2, what I'm going to do for you, okay, is I am going to, because I've already worked out the deal with my vendor, I'm also going to pay for a broker membership for you. That is 50% off of Tradelines that you can buy, that you can use for yourself personally, family member, friend, coworker. You can use it for your clients. You can use it to flip, like I just mentioned. 50% off competitor prices. I am paying for that for you as well. That is my gift to 5 people. Okay, so you'll be able to buy a line for $200-$300 and literally flip that thing for almost $1,000. That's what I'm talking about. How to make money so fast in this industry, and know exactly what to put on your credit report. Because the third part is to get those 2 things for free. You just got to get in the associates program. You just got to get in the credit game, guys. That's it. That's all I ask. Get in the credit game, and I will give you those 2 things. I will pay for them for you. When you get in here, you're going to have everything that I did in my journey from 515 all the way to 829 credit score. And how to never go back, right? Never go back. How to learn, how to leverage, how to maintain your credit score is the most important thing I've just shared with you today. When you get in here, I've got little short videos of showing you exactly my journey of what I did. This, guys, I'm telling you, is the most valuable thing you will ever get when it comes to credit. You'll never have to pay a credit repair company again. I give you the proprietary letters in here that you can use for yourself, your clients, that I used for myself. I give you the step-by-step of exactly how to do it. I step-by-step exactly what trade lines to put on, what the progression file means for trade lines, how many lines should you have, what lines should you have, what A1 banks you should use, like everything spelled out for you, okay? That's all inside the program. 5 people that call right now, okay? And doesn't matter, whenever you're watching this video, call because I maybe still have a spot, doesn't matter. But I'm only can do 5, guys, right? So I worked out a deal for 5 for you guys. As soon as you're watching this video, call me, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you on the 50% membership program. I'm going to get you the elite credit pair on the house. Both of those are on the house. All you got to do is get in the associates program. That's it. Now, a lot of people have been asking about this 10,000 primary. We also have that as well. Okay, that'll be a slight upgrade, but call and I'll give you the details on that. It's a 10,000 primary account reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Now, not authorized user, primary, much stronger. Okay, I've got a few left on those for this month. Call me and I'll share with you what I can do for you in that regard as well. Okay, but again, I'm only taking 5 people. Time starts right now, 904-420-7772. This is the fastest way to raise your credit score and make money in 2021. Talk to you guys in a few minutes. I'll be waiting on the floor. Take care.